Headlines on tariffs have been fast and furious these past few weeks from the White House since President Trump initially announced the first round. But here's a look at where they currently stand at this moment. Country-specific reciprocal tariffs were paused for 90 days on April 9th. Tariffs on Chinese-made goods were reduced from 145% down to 30% earlier this month. 25% tariffs remain in place on goods from Canada and Mexico, and those are goods not covered under the USMCA agreement. And most recently, 50% tariffs were paused against the EU until July 9th. Were you following all that? CBS News MoneyWatch correspondent Kelly O'Grady was, and she's here with me in Studio 55 with more. Kelly, great to see you. That confused me a little bit, even just going through it, but it's easy to see why folks at home wouldn't know the current status of tariffs. Has it really, though, changed spending habits of folks watching?
Yeah, it's definitely confusing. And by the way, there are also sector tariffs, right? Imagine if you're a business trying to plan, it's very difficult. We haven't really seen the pullback, though, in consumer spending yet. So, I mean, you and I talked about the consumer confidence numbers yesterday. We actually have seen people saying that they're going to spend more on homes, cars, vacations in the future, appliances as well. And remember, we also saw a lot of people pull up some purchases because they knew those tariff deadlines were coming. Businesses were saying, hey, we're going to have to raise the prices, get in now before that happens. And we did see that uptick in spending. So we haven't yet seen that massive pullback. What we're going to be looking for over the next few months, though, is if people pulled those purchases up, they probably don't need to be buying a car in July or August or in the future. They've already made that purchase.
And let's just wait. I mean, I've heard people complain about prices. So it's almost like wait and see when the data matches the sentiment. I also want to ask you about crypto. Because this is a speculative asset, but it's getting a shiny new spotlight from the Trump administration. Vice President J.D. Vance will deliver remarks, in fact, at a major Bitcoin conference later today. President Trump has announced an intention to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. But what does this all really mean? I know that you have a lot of knowledge in this sector as well.
So this is interesting because I was actually at that Bitcoin conference last year and President Trump spoke at it. And it was really the first time that the space had been taken seriously by a candidate of that status. I mean, Republicans and Democrats on both sides, on, senators and representatives had been there before. But Trump saying he was going to make it the crypto capital of the world, I mean, people in the audience were so excited. What needs to happen, though, is that there needs to be regulation. There needs to be clarity around what is Bitcoin? Is it, a cryptocurrency? Is it a speculative asset? Like what regulatory bodies are actually going to be making the rules so that businesses and consumers can plan and actually engage in that space? So I think you're seeing this run up in the price of not only Bitcoin, but a number of other cryptocurrencies. But it is just that. It is speculation about what could be coming. And we have seen that price just swing all over the place. I was covering in the space when we had the crypto winter, when it was all the way down to 30,000 and people did lose a lot of money. So I think what I'm hearing from people in the space, there needs to be more clarity. And that is what they're looking for from the White House. So people are going to be listening to J.D. Vance today and wondering, okay, what does this actually mean? What is going to come into place?
They welcome the attention. We'll see if the vice president mentions anything about a plan for regulation, because I remember covering Bitcoin mining farms in the Northwest, 6 years ago? And since then, it's still kind of the Wild West when it comes to what it is and the risks that come with it. There are risks still.
Right. Absolutely. And I mean, even just you talk about Bitcoin mining, the energy component of all of this. There's so many other businesses and industries that are impacting. And I think everyone's just sort of in a wait and see mode of what will this look like in the next 5 years?
Yeah. Hang on to your money, pay down your debts, and then maybe dabble in crypto. Kelly, great to have you here on this topic. We appreciate it.